Growing up drawing, painting, and loving the outdoors, my paintings are inspired by the adventure in seeking the quintessential elements of wild places. Today, we ride, cycle, hike, kayak, and ski in search of painting material. For me, these backcountry spaces are powerful, humbling, have such a sense of awe, and deserve great respect. Along with light, mood, and a strong sense of place, it is these feelings and experiences that I strive to capture in my work. And now the process begins, my favorite stage. The finished painting, titled Long Shadows of Autumn, is from a September morning at the base of Engineer Pass, not too far from Gunnison, Colorado, and outside of Lake City in historic mining country. A dusting of early snow threads across the peaks while the golden aspen are at their prime. An early morning hike to Grinnell Lake in Glacier National Park took us through eerily quiet forest, where I imagined a grizzly around each turn. What a relief to hear a trail crew up ahead loudly working on campsite repairs. We could faintly hear the waterfall across the lake, tumbling nearly 1,000 feet. Higher and higher we hiked. The angle of the sun turned Grinnell Lake below us to a milky aqua. Evergreens thinned and gave way to steep slopes of autumn shrubs and grasses. Above us on rock outcroppings, bighorn sheep gazed down undisturbed by the hikers. We felt like we could reach out and touch the nearest peak. One could almost imagine Jack and the beanstalk as he climbed to the sky. This piece is called Washed in September Sun. After a cycling accident and several surgeries, for weeks all my husband could do was walk slowly and carry his camera. To add a spark of encouragement, we did a spur-of-the-moment trip to Monument Valley over wintry New Year's. It became one of our most memorable adventures as a Navajo guided us down into the park where we spent hours along the Loop Drive. Rimmed in sunbeams on the left depicts the Three Sisters Formation, while on the right, morning shadow gives way to a brilliant sun-struck wall in cliff shadows. Returning at sunset one day, we were greeted with this stunning wall of glowing cliffs. Snowfire was honored to be on display at the Oil Painters of America National Exhibition. Late afternoon, on the way to sundown, is my favorite time in the mountains. Long, expressive shadows slide across the valley, mountains ablaze, churning clouds clear after a summer's monsoon storm. Wildflowers reach for the last light, and a hint of colorful reflection is still captured in the water. Ah, fall in the mountains. A tunnel of quiet gold envelops someone out walking in stroll through gold. I never knew aspen could turn such deep shades of orange, almost red, as they did this one season in Colorado, as seen on the right in the painting When Aspen Turn Orange. The few remaining cottonwood leaves flutter to the ground, foretelling the final days of autumn in the last leaves of October. Along Colorado's Collegiate Range and the Arkansas River Valley, snow will soon fly, as expressed by the peak in the distance already laden with a blanket of early snow. The Canadian Rockies rank at the top of my list for wild places to explore. Peaks and aqua waters so striking they are almost indescribable. To the left, wildflower wisps and golden tamarack. I can't wait to see what's above that rise. To the right, touches of sunrise. We are exploring in a canoe on the quiet aqua waters of Moraine Lake in the Valley of the Ten Peaks. The Wind River Range in Wyoming Rugged, remote, and wildflower heaven in midsummer, a 5-day pack trip took us into unforgettable lakes framed by powerful peaks of all shapes and sizes. A painting of sound. This waterfall must have originated hundreds of feet above, so high we couldn't see the edge. Its distant, muted rumble tumble was overshadowed by literally thousands of gulls swooping, soaring, and diving, screeching and calling as they fed and fussed just above the waters of Prince William Sound, Alaska. Cycling the back roads of Sonoma Valley wine country, we spied these early spring vineyards full of rhythm and undulating movement, edged by an abundant linear garden of daisies and brilliant red-orange poppies. Late afternoon going on sundown is just as spectacular in the desert as in the mountains, especially with the low sun of December, January, and February, as it sets distant mountains ablaze, catches stately saguaro in light and shadow, while a quiet early moon rises. A commission is a most personal and intimate project that brings memories to life for a client and a painting created uniquely for you. Usually coordinated through the galleries that represent my work, I am significantly involved in the development process. These projects have ranged from traveling to a singular location to as simple as spotting a favorite painting on my website and having a similar one painted to fit a different space. Ultimately, the goal is to mold those landscape elements and mood to create intimate and forever memories for you. Over the years, I have been truly honored to have feature articles in Southwest Art, Western Art Collector, and Art of the West. Most recently, my painting Sonoran Sundown Patina was featured on the cover along with a second feature article in Southwest Art. I'm honored to be a signature member of the prestigious Oil Painters of America and an honorary artist member of the historic Mountain Oyster Club in Tucson, Arizona. My work is found in museum, corporate, and private collections and at the Broadmoor Galleries in Colorado Springs. I hope you've enjoyed learning more about my paintings and their inspiration as I seek unique, wild places.